Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Inspiring Joy. My name is Jody. So today is going to be showing you some trend items for fall and an Amazon haul and a few other items that I'm going to use for decorating, and also some placement and styling of some of these items. So I picked up some items from Amazon, I picked up some items from an antique mall, and I picked up a few items from HomeGoods as well. So all of these items together, I'm going to use them in our home, on our dining table, on the entryway table, on the sofas. I'm just kind of updating some things, taking out the spring and summer colorful items, and I'm adding in the rich tones of autumn and fall, and I'm super excited to show you what I have. Oh, and I also picked up a couple of things from Kirkland as well. So not a lot from every store, just a couple of new little pieces that I wanted to incorporate into the decorating this year for fall. So first of all, let me show you a few things that we picked up. And I say we, because my husband came with me on a couple of trips to help me with some things. So first of all, from Kirkland, I picked up these very beautiful sort of orange. They're kind of a rust, not so much orange. I think the camera is pulling more of an orange, but it's a rust set of 4 100% cotton napkins from Kirkland. And then this tablecloth as well I picked up from Kirkland. It's kind of a tan, brown, has maybe a little hint of gray in it, which goes well with the rug that we have. And then I also have these picks that I picked up from Amazon, and they're sort of a leather feel. I absolutely love these. They don't feel plasticky like some can. They have more of a leather, leathery, soft feel to them. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks in one set. And then I picked up this kind of a nubby texture fabric pumpkin from Kirkland as well. And then I picked up this gorgeous runner from Kirkland. I wanted something that was fall-like, and I've had one runner for quite some time that I used in another video, and I absolutely love it as well, but I wanted something with a little bit of a different design and texture to it, with some more muted colors. So I also, at the antique mall, I picked up these little picks. There are 4 of these, and they also have that same kind of leathery feel to the little bloom or leaf on them. And they have a wire bendable stem. So there are 4 of these, and then I picked up this additional pick, also artificial, that also has some of that velvety little flower leaf. Same here with these little velveties. And then also this one here with the pine cone. If I can pull it up here. Well, it's more of an acorn. And then it has some beads and another little acorn here, or pine cone here rather, and then an acorn. And then the little beads. And then this one here, that's sort of a separate, get it out of here, I'll show you. Also has this kind of soft velvety color. And so each one of these was in a different booth at the antique mall. And I just kind of picked them up at random and put them all together, and I just love the colors. You just have more of the tans, then you add a little bit of that burgundy in here. And then I'm going to use these elsewhere, so I'll put these over here with these picks here. And then this pumpkin I picked up some time ago, a few years back. This pumpkin as well I picked up a few years back. This is more of the bright orange. But I'm trying to, bring in some, I guess, more of the muted tones of the rusts, the greens, the reds in a lighter way, and then throw in a punch of this bright color as well. So I'm going to try it. I've not done much of this muted tone color, so I'm going to try it this year. Typically, I do bright oranges, all the bright colors of fall. This year, though, I'm going to tone it down. I'm going to do more of the softer, muted tones, still bright colors, just a little softer. As I showed you here, I also then have a few more things to show you. Let me turn my camera around and I'll show you additionally. So I picked up this from just another department store in the area. I thought that was super cute. Little legs. I just think that is adorable. I like whimsy, so that's kind of a fun little whimsy thing. I also picked up this towel, kind of a tea towel, from the antique mall as well, and I really like this for our kitchen. So I'm going to use that. And then also on Amazon, I picked up these 3 items. Let me bring them over to the table, and I'll display them and show you. So I picked up this blanket. It is just gorgeous. I love the tones, the grays, the taupes, the ivories, and it has this very beautiful fringe. I think it was $25 or $29. Washed up beautifully. I already washed it. And then I picked up these really pretty pillow covers as well. I need to cut off some of the threads, but they're just, you know, you put your own fill inside, and I loved the colors. I thought these together would be beautiful on our sofa. And then if you bring them all together with the other things that I showed, it has that kind of tonal, autumnal look, and it looks very classy. I also picked up this tray. I have one that's white that I used for spring and summer decorating in our basement on a table that we have, and it's larger than this one, but I really like the size of this one, and I think I'm going to use it similarly downstairs in place of the other one, and just do, you know, an autumn look to that as well on the table. It's one that you go down the stairs of our basement, and then you can see the table, and you can see it from upstairs too. So I kind of tend to use some sparkly lights and things around it, so you can see that as you're going downstairs. So, and so I also picked up this pumpkin today from HomeGoods. I love this. It is a metal, see if you can see that. It's a metal stem, and this is all wood. So it is a wood or wooden based pumpkin. And then let me move it over here so you can see that better. And then it has this really neat stem. I thought that was super cool. It's pretty heavy, substantial, and I like that it has a nice soft pad on the bottom for the table. I also picked up 2, they came in a set, just 2 of these plain ivory pillows. And I'm going to use them with maybe one of the pillows that I showed you a minute ago with the squares in the plaid, and then, or some other pillows as well. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is I picked up this from Amazon, and it is wooden. And I don't know if you can see the inside's the same color as the outside, but you can see the wooden detail around the edge here, kind of the design of the wood itself. It is so unique and different and cool. So I'm going to use this in some way, and then the pillows, the pumpkins, and certainly everything else on the table that I already showed you. So with everything that I picked up, I'll put the links to everything that has a link on a website that I can share. I'll mention it in my description. So from here, let's go ahead and get started and do some styling with what we have. I already got started a little bit on the table, the dining room table. So now I'm just going to add a few things to the entryway table. I'm going to bring up some pillows from downstairs and swap them out. And then on the fireplace mantle, I'm going to add a little bit of pumpkins and things there. That reminds me, I have things all over right now. You know, as you take things down and put new things up, you get a little scattered. So it is what it is. The house is a little bit of a disarray, but you know what? It's going to come together and come together beautifully. Little package of pumpkins. And I want to say, okay, so I picked up these at just a local department store. They had a little display of fall items and pumpkins. These are felt, like a velvet, rather, not a felt. They're a velvet. And I love the different colors in here. The tonal colors. I like the bright oranges too. I think those are very nice. And the pop of color. But I love these. You know, look at these. If we just take these 2 over to the table where the other items are, and you add them in with these other, I mean, just look across all of these colors, the neutralities, and yet they all have similar colorways, similar patterns, color family, tonals. Okay, so those are the items that we're going to use to decorate today and style. And so I'm going to set the camera in different places. I'll finish the table, I'll bring up some pillows from downstairs in the basement, and then I'll do some mantel and entryway and that sort of thing. So follow me along, I'll take the camera with me, and we'll go ahead and get started. Hi everyone, so it is the next day, and I wanted to take you around our home and show you how I styled the items that I shared with you for this fall decor. So first of all, I wanted to share with you the best fall trends of 2023. There are 3 specifically that are good to keep in mind for this year if you're interested in trends. So the first is avoid themes this fall season. So what that means is avoid, can you let it in, Boo, please? So what that means to me is avoid things that are all scarecrows, all pumpkins, all light up things. Try to add a little bit of visual interest to your style. So maybe you enjoy pumpkins and scarecrows and scary things and whatnot. Incorporate some of each, but then also add a different element. You know, maybe it's you're adding in your pumpkins and some corn stalks, or you're adding in gourds with candles, or you're adding in picks of leaves with pumpkins. You know, try to incorporate things that have meaning to you and represent fall to you. And another trend that they're seeing this year is add texture for your perfect fall decor touch. So textures can be pillows and throws and even leaves, things that have, even the pumpkins this year are kind of like a fabric, a velvet, velveteen. But also natural elements are trending big this fall. So anything that is kind of a natural woody item. So I've seen textured pumpkins made of bark. I've seen, like I said, textured pumpkins, you know, with different fabrics, but also anything that looks like it's from nature. So you can have twigs of green, you can have vines, you can have florals, anything that has that outdoor natural element to it is really, really big this year, even more so than in past trends. So just to recap then, it is avoid the themes this fall season, add texture to your fall decor, and add natural elements this fall as well. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, and let's take the tour. Added this orange pillow that I already had, and then this new pillow cover that I picked up from Amazon, and I'll put links to all the new items in my description. This pillow came with the couch, so I left that there. This pillow I had in storage downstairs in our basement, and it's kind of a similar muted tone that kind of coordinates with this texture or this plaid pillowcase here, pillow cover. Then I had this really neat pillow down in storage as well. It has some embroidery here, and this, it's coming across more yellow on the screen, but it is a deeper orange. And then it has a little velvet trim and then just a neutral pattern to it. And then I had this pillow already with the blues and the tans and the brown. And then I bought this, it was a 2-pack at HomeGoods. This neutral pillow, it's kind of a velvety soft, textury type pillow. I was going for more neutrals this year with the pillows. And so now let's walk over to the other sofa. Oh, I wanted to show you on the back of this sofa here, I just added this blanket that I had in one of the bedrooms. It has a lot of beautiful fall colors, and I think it brings a lot of these oranges and reds and grays and taupes and pumpkins together. So I wanted to add that to the back of a very basic looking colored sofa. Okay, so let me go over to the next sofa here. Our other sofa here is kind of a cognac color, and I added this fringe throw that I picked up on Amazon as well. It's very, very soft. It adds in that texture element. Plus you can snuggle with it and it creates some coziness if you get a chill in the evening. Also had this pillow down in our basement storage, and it has pumpkins, very neutral color, embroidered pumpkins on it. And then to the left, I put an insert into this cover. I got two from Amazon. And then this is the second of the pillow that I got for a 2-set at HomeGoods. Okay, so now I'm going to walk over to the mantle and show you what I did there. And I apologize, you might hear Boo in the background or our dog walking around, but it is their home too. So what I did up here is I took out the grapevine foliage that I had, and I put in here the little foliage that I got from Amazon. It was 6 to a package, and then I got these little tiny ones from the antique mall. So I put them together in here. I think I have 2 of the large ones and then 1 of the small one here. And these are kind of like I said earlier, like a velvet material, very soft textury material. But I like it with the white. I kept the black bead garland here because I like the dark with the more brown and the different rust colors. And then this pumpkin is one of those textury pumpkins. I'll get in closer. It's kind of like a raffia or rattan. Okay, so then let me slide over. Now I had this little dish on our entryway table, and I ended up just putting it here. I like the dark wood with these velvety pumpkins. I got a box of these from a local department store. This is kind of a dark orangey red pumpkin. It's coming through more, I think, orange on the screen, but on my camera. And then this is one of the kind of yellowy orange ones. And so I just alternated them in colors, and I just love them with the dark bowl here. And then I already had this metal up here, the gold, and my 2 candlesticks there that I actually picked up at Big Lots, and I just love them. So let me scan down here, and in front of our fireplace I have 3 pumpkins. One I put on a riser, and then I have the other 2. This one is kind of a ceramic. It's kind of heavy. It has some designs on it. I like the color. I like it with this pumpkin here. It's kind of a golden pumpkin. And these are just, I don't know what kind of material they are, but they're really lightweight. I think I picked up these at Michael's, both of these last year. And then I just put one on a riser, a wooden riser with black legs that gives that black contrast as well. And then on the other side, I have had this metal pumpkin for several years. Just has a little handle on top with a bow, and then I just put a pumpkin inside. It holds a candle, but you can just, you know, spin it around, put whatever you want in the center, and that's that. So if I pan back my camera, you can see everything together, and it looks really nice together. Oh, and there's Boo that has something to say. And there's Brody. Okay, so this is the linen tablecloth that I picked up from HomeGoods the other day. And then this is the runner. We usually just have this wooden bowl in the center of our table. I love it with the chairs. I love it with the tablecloth. And it has these beautiful, excuse me, Boo, you need something? And I just love it with this runner with the rust and the yellows and the golds and the grays. I think that looks very nice. And usually we don't have a cat on our table, but it's what it is right now. Okay, so now that we've seen the mantle, the sofa, the cushions, and the dining room, and our other sofa, I'm going to walk you into the hallway entryway table and show you what I did there. I put the 3 books together. I had one at the mantle, and I brought it over here, and I just put this really neat pumpkin here. It's coming across a little brighter blue, but it's actually a greener blue in person, and then it has a little bit of sparkle on the leaves. And then I left the print here that we've had on this table, and I got this, I think I mentioned I got this wooden base from Amazon, and I put the items in here that I obtained from the antique mall recently. I added them into the vase, And then this pumpkin I had, it's kind of that raffia material as well. And then this is the new wooden pumpkin that I picked up from HomeGoods. And I had these beads already and I just left them here and I think it looks great together. I really like the dark and the light combination. And I think it looks just beautiful. Here in our entryway, I just added this pillow. It has some oranges and grays and ivories to the bench that we have in the front. Just very simple here. I added a little bit of that same kind of brown foliage that came in that set of 6 from Amazon. I added that to this vase that already had these other pieces because I really like the greens and the browns and the blues mixed together. That looks very natural, earthy to me. I also added a little bit of this kind of ivory. It's artificial from Amazon too that I've had. And then I kept this green because I really like the combination of the greens and the browns and things together. And then to the side of this, I have these little, I had a set of pumpkins, this black and white, this ivory, and then there's an orange one. And I put these 2 here because I like to decorate in 3s. And we also have a picture of our family on to the right of that as well. In the bathroom I have this crock and I already had this orange artificial hydrangea and this kind of greeny gray. I added one of the other picks of the set of 6. I just kind of incorporated all of those throughout all of these different crocks and vases and things. And then this was one of the 3, the black and white, the ivory that I just showed you, and this orange one came from that set as well. So I just like the oranges and the greens together and mixed in. So that does it for upstairs. I have one more thing to show you and it's in our basement. So let's go ahead and walk downstairs and we'll take a look. All right, so down here I have this pumpkin that actually lights up at night. This is the basket that I picked up from Amazon. And then I had this pumpkin here in the back from a few years ago. And it has a really neat kind of wheat design in it. So I'm using that here. We have another crock from the collection from my mom and dad. And then this basket, which I've used in the past, it's kind of, I think it's one of those tobacco baskets. And then I had some foliage left over, so I just incorporated it here into this vase, this amber vase. And it's really neat. I have little lights inside, and when you turn it on, it glows, and it just sparkles. And then I used another one of these beautiful little picks of the 6 from Amazon. This textured pumpkin, it's the fabric that I got from HomeGoods. I put it on a riser just to give it some height, and then a little metal finial piece or decorative piece I've had. And then I had this cornucopia. Easier to say or not. So from the set of pumpkins that I had a few on top of the mantle, and then I brought the rest down here, and I just kind of cascaded some foliage through that and then added the pumpkins here scattered around. So it looks like, if you walked into a forest and you happened upon this cornucopia and this foliage and all of these cute little items scattered around, it reminds me of the outdoors, and it has really neat texture and lighting, and it looks beautiful at night when it's all lighted and displayed. Okay, so that is my early fall decorating. And I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video and got some inspiration while doing so. I hope you enjoyed hearing about the trends and seeing what I did with some of those items that I picked up and some of the ones that I already had. And I hope you can find some joy as well doing your own decorating or styling for early fall time in your area. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye now.